Hey everyone, Burly Gaming here to show my votes for the Game Awards in each category. I was originally recording this live as it was doing it last night, but the site just ended up crashing and everything and like going through every category just trying to get the votes. It took me so long and I didn't want to make a hour-long video with just a bunch of stuff and being like, oh, I need to sit and edit that. So I figured I got through my votes. Seems a little better this morning. Let's just go through. So you start off with Game of the Year with Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, All Night Silk Song, and Kingdom Deliverance 2. Not surprised at these titles. They all were the highest scoring. Very, very popular. I went with Claire Obscure. As you watch my review and my playthrough, I really enjoyed and really loved this game. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I would have liked to seen Split Fiction get in here, but it's kind of hard for it to. You then have to take one of these games out, and it's never the easiest thing to do that. So let's go to the next category. Just see how the best art direction. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. I went with Split Fiction. The different terrains and different environments and different all the different areas you're going through in the game, it just looks all incredible. So it's how can I not pick Split Fiction? Say the other games didn't do a good job, like especially Death Stranding did really well. Best narrative, Claire, Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F surprised me getting up in here. I thought Split Fiction could have got in here. At least have something else in here. I went with Claire Obscure. I really liked the narrative and the story in it. I didn't see some of the twists and some of the certain events in the game coming. Yotei, well, loading. Yotei's story, I'm working on the review. Not the greatest. Not as strong of a story compared to Tsushima. Best art direction. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong. I gave this to Death Stranding 2. The stuff that they do with the motion cap and all that, as well as just some of the environments and all that, how they do all this stuff, it looks phenomenal, especially I'm only playing this on the PS5. You're playing this on the Pro. I can only imagine how much better it looks. There you go. There's me saying something very positive on Death Stranding too, because I know some people be like, he hated the game. I'm like, no, there are elements I like of Death Stranding too. And it deserves to be nominated in a lot of categories here. Hopefully it wins at least one of them. Rainy, waiting for it to load the next category. Yeah, I know this site is getting hammered no matter what time of day you do this. This is going to be a little slower than I'd like. Best score in music. Silksong, Hades 2, Claire Obscure, Ghost of Yotei, and Death Stranding 2. This one was hard because I played these three games. Claire, Ghost, and Death Stranding 2. Hades 2 and Silksong I have not played, but I've heard bits of their soundtrack and they're all good. Tough. I just had to give it just a little bit of a nudge to Claire Obscure. But it's just and from what I've heard from all these games, you could have picked any one of these games. I'm not going to bat an eye or get mad. I'm very curious in the end to see which one will win this. I have the feeling it would be Claire Obscure. I have a feeling Claire Obscure is going to win quite a few categories. There. Playing the waiting game. Problem is, I also tried to have where you do the view all categories and just right click, but do certain things with the site. You can't do that. It's like, come on. I will keep 29 Chrome tabs open if I could. Just get through this so I'd make it easier. Okay, audio design is next. When it wants to load, but my pick, as you quickly saw there, is Ghost of Yotai. Can't remember every game in the category till we look. So while we're waiting to load, I can at least say with Yotai, the sound design, the audio design was so good on it. When you have the two swords clashing, or the different weapon types, the shields, especially with like Kitsugama and the ball, when you're spinning the chain and having the ball, that shield is the sound design. Chef kiss, so good. Yeah, voted Yotai, but like you had Silent Hill F, not bad. Death Stranding 2, very good. Claire Obscure and Battlefield. I've actually played all these games, and it makes sense for the most part why all of them are here. But said I gotta give, because recounting my vote here, this is gonna take a minute for it to load. Yeah, sorry, this video is gonna be a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted to make this kind of a explain my decisions, but kind of make it snappy. Best performance. Now this one's an interesting one. You've got three people from Claire Obscure. You got Ben Starr, Charlie Cox. For English, Eric Chi from Ghost of Yotai. I know I'm butchering names, I apologize. Katsu for Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'm surprised not Troy Baker from Death Stranding 2. Yes, he's in Death Stranding 2. It spoiled it in one of the trailers, so I don't feel bad. Just had to give this out of for Ghost of Yotai. Charlie Cox surprised me, but he did do a good job. He's just not in Claire Obscure very long. He's in for just a couple hours. Game. But all great actors. They all did actors and actresses did great job. It's a hard one to pick. What wasn't easy, I just figured just Ghost of Yotai, give it to them. She did such a good job as Atsu. You can feel her emotions and stuff. Innovative in accessibility, Assassin's Creed Shadow, Out of Vault, Doom in the Dark Ages, EAFC, why? And South of Midnight. I'll have to ask Fubu about EAFC. I gave this to Shadows. That's the only one I've played, and the accessibility options were good in Shadows. That is something Ubisoft has done well. The only category I think Shadows is actually nominated for. Yeah, Shadows was a game that came out. Let's go to next category. But I'm curious to hear what the others have done. Adam Falls one I want to try. Games for Impact, Consume Me, Desperate, Lost Records, Blood and Rage, South of Midnight, Wonder Stop. I voted for Consume Me because I have not played any of these games. I'll be completely honest, but I've heard really good things on them. So I just figured go for that. But I have to be honest, I haven't. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Games in any of these categories, what you voted for or what you think. I'd love to hear from everyone as we're just waiting for this to load. Yeah. I probably should just be having some like lo-fi music here just to keep for the silence, but recording this at like 6, like you can kind of tell, like a little after 6 in the morning. It's 6:23 currently while I'm doing this. like, I've just had breakfast. Sun's not out. Waiting for it to warm up because I want to get this done so I know I can just upload it throughout, do all the tags and stuff, and then once the sun's out, get my morning walk and exercise. 'Cause, yeah, I'm not a guy for the cold. Ongoing. Okay. Yeah, some of these it's not keeping my votes apparently. Because I cast all the votes. Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. Okay, loaded my vote. I've played pretty much all of these. No Man's Sky I haven't played that much, so I couldn't say too much. Helldivers 2. Oh, Fryman and I need to play that more. Right, Fryman? Fortnite, yeah, I played that, and we've got a video coming up on YouTube on Wednesday on that. Fantasy 14, I've played. Tried a trial. I had to give this to Marvel Rivals. I really enjoyed Rivals. Rivals was just keep putting out more and more characters and more stuff. It's something that I want to get back into and put more time into, but it's just other games and other projects going. It's like, trying to find the time for it. And I forget for what's coming up. Next category. Some of the categories we're going to skip, like content creator, esports, and stuff like that. I don't care to show those because a lot of those is just like, yeah, no, I don't care. I wasn't put up for those, so they don't matter then. Best community sport: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. No guy. I went with Final Fantasy 14. I know they keep just doing it, and I've heard so much. I've seen with other streamers, especially like Zero the Bunny and stuff. They've got an awesome community with Final Fantasy 14, so I figured give it to this independent game. Now this one I have a little Absalom, X Pit, Blueprints, Claire Obscure, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. Come on, Jeff Keighley, no Ruffy in the Riverside, man. I think you need to sit there and play the game. That should have, in my opinion, should have been up here. Nothing against Absalom or Ball X Pit, but I feel it could have taken one of their spots. I knew Claire was going to get up here. Knew Hades too. Knew Hollow Knight. Those ones didn't surprise me. But come on, Ruffy should have been. I voted Blueprints. From what I've seen, I loved Claire. And I voted several points for Claire. I feel Blueprints should get its due here. It was such a great game. I didn't play it myself, but I watched like Fubu stream it. I watched a few people and heard nothing about such good things and just the innovation at the gameplay and the puzzle mechanics. It is such a great game. It's one I hope to, when I get some downtime during the holiday season, to just sit there, play it, because I believe it's still on PlayStation Plus if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber for extra or premium tier. Let's say it's not too expensive. I think it's like 30 Canadian here. Should have probably just put a notepad file and just been like, this, all the categories. Have them all typed here. That would have been the smarter option. I think things through and clearly didn't. I do apologize. There's a lot of rambling, but hey, you've been following me for a while. You know me, I ramble and stuff. we'll just be doing a few more debut indie game. Be doing that. Best action, action adventure, best RPG, best fighting, best family, sim strategy, sports racing, multiplayer. Then adaptation and most anticipated game of the year. That's what we will be doing. I'm going to skip these last content creators, esports. That is not my world, and I don't know as much on that stuff. So I was like, yeah. View indie, blueprints, clear obscure, dispatch, Megabonk I own, and I've put some time in. It's fun. Dispatch looks really good. It's Telltale formula with superheroes. That's cool to see. And I gave it to blueprints. Such a good standout. Great little game. Hey, I'm okay. Like, Claire wins great here. Dispatch decides to win, yeah. Mega Blanc was good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as strong. And where's Ruffy? You could have put Ruffy here. Mobile game, I put the Persona 1. This VR for Persona, because Sonic Rumble is pay to win, and I don't like that. These others I have not played, and game. Get that one going. When the site wants to load, because yeah. Come on. Part of me is like, I should have just did this live on stream. And I could just highlighted it from there, but it'd still be like an hour thing. VR. I voted the Midnight Walk because that's the one I've heard the most about. I'm not a VR guy. Heard some stuff on Alien, Marvel's Deadpool. I didn't hear, and Ghost Town. I never heard nothing. I know, as well as Arcanage. So with VR, I'm curious to see how with Valve's new hardware, see how that goes. And since it's got the whole thing, you can plug just a USB dongle thing and stream games. Could be something I look to in the future, but it's just like cost of VR, and I don't know from what little I've played of it. I don't know if I could sit there and play it for a while. So Valve, if you want to send me one of the new VR headsets, gladly play it and give you my thoughts. Best action game. So Battlefield 6, Doom, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi. I'm surprised they didn't put Ninja Gaiden Rebound in here because you didn't have a 6. I went Battlefield 6, the one I've the time and played into, and it is fun, and Battlefield is bad. Action. Best action adventure. This one was a tough one. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of GOTY, Hollow Knight, Indiana Jones, Split Fiction. Indiana Jones I haven't played. Same with Silksong. I gave it to Split Fiction. GOTY was really, really good. I really enjoyed, but just the variety you are doing Split Fiction in the different sections, the dreams in there, the extra side areas. It is so much fun. They put a lot of effort. Highly, highly recommend. This is what was happening so many times. Yesterday while I was attempting to record this last night. 404, 404. RPG. Okay. Avowed, Claire Obscure, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Monster Hunter Wilds 2. Hey, Keymailer out of City. I'm still waiting to hear. Fingers crossed I get a chance to get a copy of Outer Worlds 2 because I do really want to play it. I I voted Claire Obscure. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Enjoyed it. It was such a great RPG with the whole Picto mechanic and all the customization you can do. Avowed, I want to try and play. I just don't know when. Monster Hunter Wilds, I put a little bit of time into. Come Deliverance, I've heard good things. The second game, I have the first one. I bought it. Was getting hammered. Okay. So for best fighting, I went with the Capcom Fighting Collection because that's the only one I have played a little bit of, and like Mortal Kombat Collection was not very good. It was, I heard nothing but complaints on that. Oh yeah, that one I'm not going to show all the stuff. Just use this for the different things because I'm not going to try and fight. I'm tired of fighting on the Game Awards website. Like a Party, Split Fiction, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Sonic Crossworld, Voyagers. I went with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Bonanza was such a fun, great game. Reinventing doing stuff with Donkey Kong. Loved it. Cannot recommend that game enough. Do not buy the DLC. Sim and Strategy. Tempest Rising, Civ 7, Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Galtier's 2-Point Museum, Civ 7. They dropped the ball with Civ 7. I was supposed to make my own review for Civ 7. I got a copy of the game. And just every time I play it, it's like, oh, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Yeah. Mouse, keyboard. Puts me to sleep. Final Fantasy Tactics, I voted for. When I have played in Tactics is such a game. Sports racing. This one will surprise some of you probably. Find the dang thing on here. Have that one? Okay, but it had Sonic Crossworlds, had Mario Kart, had a few other games. I went with Sonic Crossworlds. Mario Kart World was good, but Sonic Crossworld does some neat mechanics. You still have the cart customization, and it really does matter. So you got to really pick your stuff. And I think Sega did a really good job with that game. I will definitely be playing more of it. Best multiplayer, Battlefield 6, Split Fiction, Arc Raiders, Peak, and Elden Ring Night Rain. I went with Peak. Peak is such a fun game. I've had so many memories of just streaming it. Even not streaming it, just like playing with G, Fryman, Blood. That game is just a lot of fun. And it is a cheap barrier to entry game. Like, I think it's on sale right now for like $5-6 Canadian. So it's a cheap barrier to entry, and it runs great and so much fun. Highly recommend. Best adaptation. Yeah, I know this one. This one people are gonna get mad at. On Minecraft movie, Last of Us Season 2, Devil May Cry, and Splinter Cell. Only watched Devil May Cry, so I have to give it to it. I enjoyed the Devil May Cry 8 show. It was not perfect, but it was good. Splinter Cell, I've heard good things. But yeah, Devil May Cry is my vote, and that's the real version and best version of Lady. I know Spookle and Fry are gonna hate me for that. I'm at alrighty, most anticipated game. Site is still down. So If we have it on this list here. If I can pull the full list here. It gives me the list here. 007, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine. Yeah. I voted Marvel's Wolverine. I think it's such a. I'm a huge Insomniac fan. I'm a huge X-Men fan. Wolverine, I love the character, so it was a no-brainer for me. But yeah, these are the Game Awards for 2025's nominations for every category of my votes. For the game categories, I'm not doing the content creator stuff, those ones. But I'd love to hear from everyone. What are your thoughts? Which ones did you vote for, not vote for? Did you think any games got snubbed and should have got nominated? Love to hear from everyone. Burly Man Gaming. See y'all next time. Bye, everyone.